And there we are. And now, every time I do that, it takes away the where I was before. I am no longer there. And there we are. And now, every time I do that, it takes away the up where I was before. I am no longer there. All right, there we go. Sorry you had to hear me say that again, but now, where's that window I just opened? What the heck? I confuse myself more than anything. How you doing today, Wayne?
Doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. Things are good. It's been a while since I've been here, so I feel like I won't say I'm coming back, but not really. I've only been like a week, I guess. But I'm still here every day, so it feels like a lot. When it comes, it feels like a lot. But I'm only here once a week now. I'm doing this here, this book. I've meaning to read this book for a while. And I've started it here a bunch of times, but I never got past the first few pages for some reason because I was reading it as a supplement to the course. So, but now we'll just read this book alone, and I think we should get through it. And I mean, not alone. I'm planning on reading both here as a book study here. This book, hopefully, we'll get through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, things are going pretty well, though. Things are going well. It'll slow down. I haven't heard from our friend out in Ohio, so out in Kentucky, he hasn't come in yet. Again, me as friend.
Oh, yeah, well, okay.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I love that girl.
yeah.
Every time I see her, I just want to hug her. So,
Amazing how things, who would have thought what she does would be popular. I mean, all she really does is stand there and do a little dancing and moving around it. And somehow people like it. They don't know what it is, but she just does that. I mean, she does other things and things. That TikTok thing, it's amazing.
it is amazing. All right, let me see. I'm going to try to make this a little
Oh, there
bigger.
it is. There it is. I see it. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
it's not
just
so
going to try to make
slow.
it a little bit bigger. So,
Well, I can see that. That's perfect.
is that good?
Yeah, I can see it. I don't know. Eyes worse than yours. I don't know, but if I can see it, then I can probably see it.
Okay, good. Yeah, but maybe this is too big, but it's okay.
It's
It's
good.
good.
It's good.
So yeah, so this is from Christ's Mind by Daryl Morley Price. And do you want to read? We got
Sure,
the
I can say, he just, it's channeled for Jesus. It seems to make a difference between the right mind and Jesus, I suppose. I've always kind of wondered what the difference in that, but it's self-explanatory. He explains everything, so it's not much introduction that's needed really, except that there's this book and there's volume two. I'm not sure if volume two is meant to be a continuation or it's meant to be imagine it is not meant to be a separate, meant to be a replacement for this one. I think it's meant to be a second one, a
right.
companion to this one, right? So this is it's good stuff, and it is the course. It's a supplement to the course, either to help people go back to the course or encourage them to do the course for the first time. And that's how I see it. And I think that's what he says, pretty much. So you'll see that it's very helpful. I find it very helpful. I haven't done the whole course proper yet. I've skimmed through it. It's usually what I do when I first read a book, a course book, is I skim through it so I don't get stopped on something, and then I go through it again. So I call this my again trip.
Cool.
That's it.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. So the Christ has need of helpers in the world of form and separation. Each one brings a light that shines away all darkness. Each one bears a message of love and hope, of resurrection, and at the end of death's harsh rule. You're the one. You're the one he needs. Without you, there is no salvation. All right. That's a good intro.
Yeah, yeah. I think that actually is from A Course in Miracles, but it doesn't say that. But I've read something of that nature in A
Yeah.
Course in Miracles. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, the sentiment the sentiment is definitely from Course in Miracles.
yeah,
I mean, it's saying there's nothing there that's not Course in Miracles related or it's spot on in
yeah,
terms of what it's saying. So he could have quoted that, of course, miracles, or he might just have known it. If it is Jesus, then he's just repeating himself,
yeah. He's just repeating himself. Yeah,
Yeah. So
Exactly.
forward. The teaching presented in these pages is the result of a collaboration between the mind of Jesus of Nazareth and myself. This teaching is put simply and directly has been scribed. The content, the ideas, as well as the form in which they are expressed, have been received directly from the mind of Jesus and written down as they were received. The content has not been altered or changed in any way. The original form of expression has been preserved with only minor changes. Throughout the transcription of this material, there has been a careful process of editing to ensure clarity and ease of expression. I have made every effort not to interfere with his transmission and receive it as clearly and directly as possible, and to record it as literally as I have received it. The process of transmission and reception was simple and direct. In full conscious awareness, it seems that he received it very much as Helen received it, fully awake and fully aware, just like Helen did. It seems like that's why he received it the same way. In a relaxed and receptive state of mind, I will receive the first words of phrase and a sentence through a kind of inner hearing. As I wrote them down, more words would come until the sentence was complete. Then the next would begin. I never knew at the beginning of a sentence how it would end. That's how neato.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
It sounds like very much like it's what Helen experienced.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I'm not sure because I'm guessing he's kind of saying that he heard words. And Helen said she really didn't hear words, but she knew what to write down.
Right. So,
So it could be, I don't even know.
yeah,
So
maybe he was saying the same thing. Maybe he heard words. Maybe he's just saying that because what else would he say? He heard pre words, I guess.
yeah, was able to write them down. So,
Yeah,
and also he said there that it was editing as he was writing.
yeah, exactly. He didn't know what was going to happen at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
So what you want to
You want
read?
me to read? I'll
Yeah,
read.
yeah.
Okay. In 1984, I began working with the profound teaching that is A Course in Miracles. By 1985, I began to hear the still small voice of Spirit, the voice for God that is described in the Course as the Holy Spirit. I have done my best to follow the guidance I received from Him ever since. From time to time, I would have the experience that Jesus was speaking to me also. Then, in January of this year, 2012, I began to experience a deepening and continuous communication with the mind of Jesus. Much to my surprise, he asked me to take dictation, to write down a teaching he would give me that was to be published in book form. In addition to providing the material for this book, Jesus has guided me through every step. I love this of the process from start to finish. Everything necessary for the publication of this book was miraculously provided when and as needed. This whole project has been a miracle every step of the way. To have been part of it has been a great blessing. For that, I thank Jesus, the Holy Spirit, my Heavenly Father, and all my brothers who have helped me along the way. This teaching is intended to be a kind of later day supplement to A Course in Miracles. Indeed, at times, even the language of the Course itself is used.
There you go. That's what you said
Yeah,
before.
yeah, okay.
Mhm.
This teaching is presented as an additional explanation and exposition of some of the main ideas presented in the course. It also contains some material not found in the course, material reminiscent of the spiritual teachings of other versions of the universal curriculum, such as Advaita Vedanta and Buddhism.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. Which I mean, we study that too. I
Oh,
mean,
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
I don't remember ever hearing the word Buddhism or those things mentioned. I think they kind of worked into it, I guess.
right. And I'm a lot of our groups we study Buddhists or Alan Watts, Zen Buddhism. He's basically saying the same thing
Yeah,
as A
yeah,
Course in Miracles or Advaita Vedanta,
right.
the teachings, non-duality
Yeah,
teachings.
absolutely. Yeah,
It is basically the same thing.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah. All right. So he continues.
Well, also, I also find, is there a difference between the right mind and Jesus?
I don't think so. I think
So,
it's the
so,
same
so, so,
thing.
anytime there's a lot of, I've always seen the right mind is very easy to access, really, because there's a lot of stuff. I mean, anybody, if I pick a book up off the shelf, and I look at the book, it's either the right mind or the wrong minded, and it's not that hard to write a right minded. It's the book is not teaching you to be a dickhead, teaching you not to be a butthead. Then it's the right, it's teaching you to be a good person or trying its best to be something nice and sweet. Then it's the right minded book.
Yeah.
That book is
Yeah,
from Jesus.
exactly. It's the same source, the same
Right.
source,
So
all of it.
his source is the same source as anyone else, same source that grows the flowers, same source that talks to me, talks to anyone else in the book that's read my book.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree completely. So, yeah,
So that he happened to have a connection to it through writing a book.
right.
That's how it grew for him.
Right. And I think about it, could I write a book? People have encouraged me, you should write a book. Really, this is my book. I'm here
Yeah.
talking with you. This is my book.
Right.
And
Definitely.
this is how I become right-minded or remain right-minded, not
Yeah.
through sitting down and writing a book, but by experiencing
The Christ
the
mind. This is it. The Christ mind. The Christ mind right
Christ
here.
mind. Yeah. So
And
yeah.
that's the name of it. The Christ mind is just, and I've always felt that it's not. If you want to know if something is ego based or not, you just have to ask yourself, is this right minded or wrong minded? And if it's wrong minded, it's going to be pretty bad. Or at least it's easy to tell once you ask yourself those questions. Because
Yes,
it's not going to be wrong minded unless it's really telling you to do something that you know is not right to do.
exactly.
You shouldn't
Exactly.
be doing. Put yourself in that movie and ask yourself, what does the audience want you to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're in a movie, the audience usually wants you to do the good thing. Want to do the audience is smart. They're like, all right, walk away, walk away.
Yeah. Don't open that door.
You don't open the door. Exactly. The audience knows. So go with the audience's point of view. Uh,
That's hilarious. And I was just gonna say, we were talking about Mia a minute ago. This latest one that she put out on a TikTok is a talk. It's Alan Watts talking.
really,
Yeah,
really.
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
is it? What does it say?
Well, I don't
Well, I'll ask her. I'll ask her.
check it
She
out
probably
though.
says,
Yeah,
yeah, well,
she's doing her thing to Alan Watts now, which is, I
that's
mean, she's
great.
obviously not dancing. There's no dancing going on.
No,
Just,
no, no.
just
She's
standing
probably,
there being
probably,
beautiful.
probably has one of
And
the toys. Probably showing for toys. She has these new toys.
yeah,
These new squeezy toys she has. That she loves them.
yeah. So
Cool.
anyway,
Cool.
it just reminded me of that because we're talking about Buddhism and Alan
Yeah.
Watts, and
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
just played a whole book by him the other day, and
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
excellent.
it's great.
Yeah.
So let's see. Continuing with the reading. My
Yeah.
sincere wish is that this teaching be helpful to students of A Course in Miracles, aiding their study, understanding, and application of the principles of the Course, and helping them to awaken to the Christ the Self, who is their true identity. So that is just what we were talking about. For readers who are not actively working with the Course at this time, may you be inspired to begin this work if you are so guided. In any case, may all find within these pages much that is helpful and useful to them on their spiritual journey. Any errors of content or expression of this material are mine and mine alone. For that, I ask the reader's forbearance and forgiveness. May God
No.
bless you and keep you, and I pray that you may soon find your way home. Thank you, Father Daryl Morley Price. Chico, California, October 2012. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So this book is what?
Yeah, I can't, when Doug gave it to me, he gave it to me the very year it came out.
Yeah,
Pretty much, pretty much. I mean,
14 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And the book itself is so beautiful, and
Oh, yeah,
uh
blue book.
the blue book, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and the way the cover feels and everything,
yeah. No, it's nice. It's very nice.
so nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
So this the other blue book.
The other blue book, yeah. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah,
Going to chapter 1,
truth
Truth
returns.
Returns. And you know what? I think I might be able to just play the audio.
You can, but then
And either one.
you stop and go, and I can't stop and go. So I'll stop. I'll say stop. I'll say stop whenever you want to stop.
Okay, so yeah, we can do that, and I can save my voice, and you can save yours.
Yeah, and then when you want to stop, just stop it and say something. That's what I do. If the voice says something you want to comment on it, just stop it.
Okay,
And then if I want to say something, just stop it. I'll just say stop. Well, hold on. I'll say stop.
that sounds good to me.
All right, cool.
All right, here we go.
Chapter 1. Truth Returns. Whenever humans are gathered together in love to fulfill love's purpose, I am there. No one can fail to seek the truth. Every human mind is looking for truth, although you may not be conscious of that fact.
That's awesome.
Ultimately, it does not matter whether you understand the true goal of human life, for you will be drawn to it in time.
Hey, that was him.
Until then, you may substitute goals
No,
of your
you
own
press the pause
making.
button.
There.
Goals.
I was trying to pause
Yeah,
in the wrong place.
I like that when he says here. Ultimately, it does not matter whether you understand the true goal of human life; you'll be drawn to it. And I've always compared. It's kind of like math. Before you knew math, it didn't matter whether or not you understood math and and so what it was all. You were drawn to the to 1 + 1 was 2. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
was truth. That's truth. You can't avoid that. And anything you're doing and everything you're doing is leading you to the answers of mathematical law. So anything you do, everything you're doing is moving you towards truth. Truth, listen, this realm, in this reality that we live in this galaxy, in this cosmos, 1 + 1 will always be 2 wherever you go. We can't seem to escape that. So it says here, no one can fail to seek the truth. Wherever you go, whatever you're doing, you're moving around instead of the laws of physics, as we understand laws of physics. The laws of gravity are you're constantly moving within those laws.
yeah. And the course it says, and oh, so many places. Well, first off, everyone, there's not a single one of us that is not capable of knowing the truth, because we are the same thing. So, when we look around and see people that seem to be like living a lie, living a crazy life that doesn't have any real meaning, know that it's just right now they're confused about what they are, but that it doesn't change what they are, you
Oh,
know.
truth is right there. That's why.
Yeah,
The truth is what there is. The truth, 1 + 1 is 2 is right there. The
yeah,
truth. The answer is right there. And wherever they go, the truth is there with them. They can't escape that truth. This
yeah,
isn't like 1 + 1 is 2 on the west side, but not on the east side. You know what I mean? Truth is truth. Wherever you go, wherever you be, wherever you're going to hang out, that's what truth is going to be. And so all you got to do is going to just know it. And eventually you will know it. That's the thing. That's what he's saying here.
yes,
Eventually you're going to know. You're gonna, and no one in the world that I know of doesn't know 1 + 1 is 2. And not only that, but you can't unknow it. I mean, you can if you're hitting the head or something, but you can't, all things being equal, the brain's working fine. You can't unknow 1 + 1 is 2.
yeah,
You can't say, oh, wait, 1 + 1 is 4. Oh, shoot, wait, what is it again? Unless you have dementia or something. But for the most part, you can't understand. 1 + 1 is 2. The truth protects you. It keeps you. It keeps you safe within itself.
yeah. And it's a standard that you can always go back to.
Exactly.
So no matter how crazy the world might seem, you can always go back to, God is,
Exactly.
no matter
Exactly.
what seems to be happening.
And then
God is
it's also
love.
nice to know, yeah, it's nice to know you're moving towards that goal anyhow, no matter what you think you're doing, no matter what you feel like you're doing, no matter what it looks like you're doing. All those feelings, all those looks, all those things are the very things that you're seeing them in pieces. You're seeing them from up close, so you're not seeing the whole thing.
Right.
We're sort of like our face is really up close to everything, so we can't see the whole thing. But if we see the whole thing, we see how it all fits together like a big puzzle.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, that's what, from a distance, everything
Exactly.
is in
Yeah,
harmony.
exactly,
Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing real has been threatened. And nothing
exactly.
unreal actually ever existed.
And that's why it's all moving toward that wholeness. It's just the wholeness is a reality in the end.
Yeah,
So the law of truth is the only reality, and everything else is not even known to the law of truth.
exactly. And that's
That,
what the course says. Truth is true and nothing else is true.
exactly. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's move on. You say,
All right.
let's play again. Yeah.
We're safe.
Yes.
Exactly.
Safe and safe.
All right. So here we're going to listen to Daryl a little bit more.
Without meaning for the truth you really seek. It does not matter. All things purposeless and temporary will pass away, leaving only truth in the end. The end is certain, as are the means through which it is reached. You can make use of them when and where you choose. That, and only that, is up to you. To wait or to decide for truth here and now are your only two options. If you make this decision now, you can save yourself much time and suffering. And I strongly recommend you do so. The beginning. What you do with your mind is all important, for life is of the mind. Even in this world, your life takes place in consciousness. No matter how misidentified with the body the mind may be, if you are not aware of something, it doesn't exist for you. When you are unconscious, such as in a coma, do you have a life? The function of mind is to be aware. In this world, awareness takes the form of perception, both inner and outer, and cognition. Understanding ties these two together to produce meaning, which leads to purpose. Purpose is decided on the basis of the value you assign to the meaning you perceive. If something is meaningful to you, it is because of the value you see in it. Values are highly personal and can vary greatly, as can the perception of meaning. This variability contributes significantly to the chaos and conflict so visibly present in human life. A multitude of individuals pursuing multiple and sometimes conflicting goals based on starkly different perceptions of meaning can hardly bring about a condition of peace in which all share equally. Only a common perception of the value of a shared goal can bring about a unification of purpose. A meaningful goal that appeals to all must arise from a recognition of the equal worth of each and every human being, without exception.
All right. I just want to stop it there.
All right.
This is so perfect, isn't it?
It's amazing. I love it. I thought of stopping it here and there but if I could stop at every line if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just let it go. And just want this was just, I will take it in. We'll take it in. You know.
So the shared goal
Yeah.
is what? The shared goal, as we know, as Course in Miracles students, is for us to accept the atonement for ourselves.
Yeah.
Even though it's for myself, it's the same goal that everyone has, is to be reconnected to God, or to overcome the thought of separation.
Exactly.
So,
And
uh,
if I do it, you do it. I'll do it for you as well.
yeah. And think about this. There are people in this world that I would say, oh, they're not capable of doing that. They don't want to have a shared goal. They want to have their own idea, and it isn't coinciding with my idea. But in reality, the only goal is that remembering of God.
Well, of course,
So,
we just know
they
that.
may think it's remembering God through getting a fortune, or remembering God through winning the lottery, or remembering God through whatever. But really, the only thing that none of those things are, or having a good family life, or, whatever it is, none of those things are the goal. Goal really is to remember and reconnect with God.
And one of the ways I look at it is like, the course makes it clear that we forget to laugh, and remembering to laugh deep on the inside to really laugh is how I feel remembering God. To have that connection with others you get when you're laughing with them over something.
Oh, yeah.
You know that feeling you have when you're watching a show or something happens on TV or something happens just and you think it's absolutely hilarious and you make a connection with somebody that you can't make alone. You have to have somebody there with you. And that's why when you see something really funny, well, you gotta see the come here, check this out. And you have somebody watch it with you. And then
Yeah.
if you see it that way, then you can say, well, not everyone has their own thing that makes them laugh. No one has, you can't expect everyone to have the same thing make them laugh. So then remembering God is like remembering to laugh.
Yeah.
You see, you have to be tolerant of that. You can't just say everyone has the same God, and has the same idea about how God makes them laugh, or how laughter affects them. Everyone has their own idea of how to remember laughter, how to remember laughing, has their own idea how to remember to laugh. In fact, that's pretty good. Has a good. I was thinking of naming this whole shindig, remembering to laugh with Wayne and Lynn.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yes.
what this is. It's just all about remembering to laugh.
I love that. Yeah.
That's what
And
we're doing. And if you can realize that everyone's remembering to laugh, and that's what it means, remembering God, to laugh at the odds, to laugh at the situation we're in, knowing that they're not really, the odds are always with us. We can beat the so-called odds because the odds are, we use our heads as we can pan out in our minds, in our awareness, in our understanding. We have no choice anyhow because we spend most of us spend most of our time alone.
yes,
So we have no
even
choice.
with other people.
Usually not. Maybe two other people, one or two other people. But most of us don't spend time with groups of people.
Yeah.
So we
Well,
have
and
to,
go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was thinking about, like, you work with like improv, and I mean, working with groups of people to, help people laugh, to give people something to look at how crazy this world is. Let's all laugh.
And it brings people together. The laughter brings people together. People of all different stripes. You don't know who they are, but they come up to, hey, yeah, that was great. And you can go out and get drinks with people, and they don't know who you are. But there's something about the laughter that brings people together.
Yeah.
Because you're remembering laughter. And laughter is any culture, any place, anywhere. The laughter itself is what's universal. Because whether you laugh, what you're laughing about is not. Anyone laughs at anything, who knows what someone finds funny. I mean, there might be certain ways you make people laugh, certain types of falling down, certain things, but the types of laughter, people have different senses of humor, and different sensitivities.
Yeah.
And no one would tell somebody that you have to find this funny or else you're no good bum. Or get out of my life until you find this funny, you're no good.
Yeah. Well, and think about it. The tiny mad idea at which the Son of God remembered not to laugh.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point. Is to remember
Yeah.
not to laugh, so I have to remember to laugh.
Right. Yeah. But and what is the tiny mad idea? The tiny mad idea is that I could be separate from God. I
Yeah.
should be laughing at that all the time.
Exactly, exactly. Laugh at that. And what do? We set a situation up that we're pretending that the odds are against us all the time.
Yeah.
That's why one of the greatest objectives you could have in life is just always I'm going to beat the odds today.
Yep.
What comes up, I can experience it, no problem. It'll appear like the odds are against me, but they're not. All they are is just a bunch of hooey.
Yeah.
You know, it's all a bunch of hooey. It's all a bunch of
But
hooey. It's a bunch of hooey, So
yeah.
just go out there, and then don't worry about the odds. This is you're always gonna be we're always gonna be an underdog in this world. We're always gonna appear to be the underdog. Whenever if someone from outer space came over, it's gonna look like, oh my, look at the humans. They're gonna make it in this world. It's not gonna be like that. We didn't say that we're up for that. We said that this is the level of failure.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Now that you know that when you fail, it's no big deal. It's like look at baseball, and then everyone's set up to fail. And out of 1,000, the best players get about 300,
Yeah.
right? And if no one gets 700 or 800,
Yeah.
that player, they shoot him out to like I was a robot or something.
Right. So if you're like 300, that means 70% of what you do fails.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And the whole universe is set up that way. Most people don't live past 80.
Yeah.
So I mean, so we can't expect more than it's like expecting to jump off a cliff and damn it, they can't fly. We can't fly. We don't get we are humans. We can't
Yeah.
fly. Don't expect to be able to fly if you can't fly.
Right. Right.
And
I
we're
mean,
walking around expecting all sorts of
experiment,
things.
but we'll go ahead.
We're expecting all sorts of things that we can't get. You
Exactly.
know. I mean, I realize that as I expect, and then what happens is as you realize as you get into that hootless place, we don't give a hoot anymore. Then then they start pouring in. Then all the things you've wanted before you stop wanting them start to pour in.
Yes.
Now that you don't care anymore, you don't want it anymore. That's when they start pouring in.
Yep.
Now, oh, great! Now I have it. I don't want it anymore. Or couldn't care less anymore. All right, I'll take it. Usually what happens is,
Okey-dokey.
yeah, all right, fine, I'll take it. What the hell?
I'll find a use for it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But that's
Ah,
what I like
boy.
to do as we do laugh together, and I love that.
Yes, it's important. Then we find laughter together, and laughter is an energy within itself. If you access it, you can always be in a state of laughter.
Exactly.
It's almost like a state of grace because it
Exactly.
lifts you up. It lifts you up, and it's good to be around people who laugh a lot.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
And I think about in the olden days when I used to get high or take LSD or things like taking LSD, the thing that would happen, I would laugh the whole time. I would laugh until my jaw ached. I would laugh until my head was, like ready to fall out because everything was so funny. And I but I mean, I was a kid, I was still living at home with my mom. And my friends would come over and we have a little sleepover. Of course, we weren't sleeping and we're in there laughing, laughing, laughing. And my mother would like, "You girls go to sleep." We're like, "Oh geez, I can't sleep."
Yeah, yeah.
But
You've always had some laughter in your voice. When I first heard you, when I first heard you in the room, when you, I was on the air once. All right, this is what I remember. I have a specific memory of being on the air once and hearing you talk. You just had this angelic like voice,
Aw,
and you did. I remember saying, "Who is this person?"
aw,
And
love that.
you were like, hi, oh, hi, and you just went, and you had the laughter. That's what it was. Now that I would use it as an expression, laughter in your voice is what it was. Laughter and then joy in your voice, in the voice itself, because all I had was your voice. I didn't see you,
Yeah,
and I didn't see. I had no idea what you looked like. I didn't see you, and we didn't have any Zoom back then, so I didn't see anybody. And
right.
what we had was our voices, and then that was just so I judged the voice alone, and I listened to it, and that's what that's what I remember is that you had sort of laughter.
That's so sweet. And it just makes me think because, I'm on this medication that has just done this thing to my voice and made it all squeaky. And, I can't even sing. I used to be able to sing pretty good.
Oh,
And I can't even sing or nothing. So, I'm like, oh my God, people don't want to hear this. But, I don't think it really matters.
oh no, no.
Uh,
I
it's
mean,
all the
pardon the
same.
expression, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly. I'm hootless about it. I'm hootless.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't give a hoot.
Who gives a hoot? Who gives a hoot?
Unhootable.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see. Okay, let's listen to a little bit more of this book.
Okay.
This recognition cannot happen on the level of ego mind, or it must arise from a deeper place, a higher state, where all are joined as one. The unity in which all live and move and have their being is the source of all that is true, good, and beautiful in human life. To deny this unity, to shatter it into separate parts with no meaningful relationship to one another, is the ego's purpose and the condition of its birth. The ego is constantly busy defending and maintaining the condition of separation. If you identify with the ego and turn your mind to the fulfillment of its purpose, you will not know peace. And the meaning of love will be lost to you. As you search for meaning, you may begin to realize that it cannot be found where it is not. It lies not within the experiences of separation, the limited perceptions of bodies and other objects, or the conceptualizations that are meaningless in themselves. In this dawning realization, at first perhaps just a hint, a glimpse of what lies just beyond everyday experience, you have your chance to begin, or at least to consider, charting a different course with a different guide at the helm. Until you are willing to consider there may be a different way to live, another way of seeing and understanding, a goal that can be reached, a happiness that can be found. Until then, you will continue down the same well-worn path to nowhere, pursuing phantom goals that lay somewhere up ahead, just out of reach, receding into the distance as you struggle vainly forward. To pursue a course of action that seeks what cannot be found will lead to hopelessness and a sense of despair.
Yeah.
Hope waits upon your change of mind to restore it to its rightful place. When hope is invested in what cannot but lead you back to where you belong, despair will disappear and happiness will take its place. Awakening Insight. Mind, by its very nature, has to create, to extend itself. This extension is its natural function, given by God in its creation to be its inherent and eternal purpose. Its function is blocked when mind is split and given another purpose. While this cannot happen in reality, in dreams mind can be seen as if imbued with qualities it does not possess that give it another function to fulfill and thus make it unlike itself. Its reality cannot be lost, but can be veiled and reduced through distortion to what seems to be completely different.
That sums up the entire year right there.
Yeah.
And mind, really, how it works.
Yeah. So mind, what the mind is, that this is the mind of God that we share. It's to create.
Yeah.
But the mind in this dream world can be split.
Yeah.
Because its function is being blocked and given another purpose.
Well,
So,
the mind, by definition, is aware. Well, the mind in the dream is called awareness. It's no longer what it was. It's no longer what it was before it became a mind, which is something we don't really understand it as. And we're a product of the mind. You know, so the mind is mind come about, and the mind is consciousness. The mind is awareness, and so immediately it was duality. Immediately, when the mind it becomes its duality. Because
yeah.
the mind is awareness, and awareness has to be aware of something. Mind is consciousness, has to be conscious of something. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
So if you have consciousness, you have consciousness of something. Even if it's conscious of yourself, then there's a small separation there. And you're
Yes.
conscious, you're aware of yourself. So you've separated yourself from yourself a little bit, just enough to see yourself, be aware of yourself. You can call it the father and the son, maybe. American used to say, in the end, there will be no father and son. Even that will be gone, he said.
Yeah.
There won't be anything. There'll just be the eternal now, the eternal oneness of that be it. And so the when he says here, so everything that's created here, it was we're dreaming that we're either creating, but in the dream, creation is making stuff up that's not real. So we have to actually say, all right, I'm not dreaming. I mean, I'm dreaming right now. And if you're aware that you're dreaming, then you can create stuff. But if you're not aware that you're dreaming, then you're thinking everything is real, and you're making stuff up that's not real.
Right. It's that dream, and as you pointed out, if I can see it, that means it's outside of me. It's not what I am.
Exactly.
The body, the mind as we know it, the brain, even the brain itself. A long time ago, I read a book called Two Brains in Man, and also the bicameral mind, where there's a right hemisphere and a left hemisphere, and both of them are equally fully brain, but they communicate back and forth to each other through the whatever it's called. You probably know more because you've had work on your brain. but but the communication that goes on is saying, hello, are you over there? Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
What are you up
Right.
to? I'm like thinking about this. Oh, let's think about music or language or whatever. And each side of your brain is thinking in a different way, or having a different point of view. But in reality, there's only one mind.
Yeah.
So these two brains that are over here discussing the world that is the separated mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Mind. Yeah.
And then that's consciousness right there.
Yeah.
And they're saying the same thing in different ways. You're right. I mean, consciousness, the left brain is sort of saying things in language, words, and logic, and rationality, and the right brain is saying things in pretty posing or something, in some sort of archetypical position. It's sort of saying the same thing. That's how I was looking at it. Some dance pose, you know, saying the same thing. The right brain, it's because it's totally the creative aspect. But in the course is right. It's really right brain, wrong brain.
Yeah,
Because there's the right mind, which is creative. But even that, remember, it's creative in the context of duality, which is why you can move from creative to the non-creative, you can call it. Because once you're back home for good, so to speak, you can't leave. Well, you
right.
can you can pretend you can leave again, but once you realize you're home again, we're not going to leave again, so to speak. We're done.
Yeah,
It's done. We never left anyhow. So
yeah,
eternity is eternity. Eternity is forever.
yeah.
We're going back and forth now. We have a holy incident, incident, in holy incident. We have like a moment or two in the creative mind, and more wholly in the creative mind. We're not in the split. More the mind doesn't feel split to us at all.
Yes.
Where there's no split feeling at all. We feel absolutely one with the mind, oneness at all. We feel total oneness. But then we're back in the split mind completely.
Yeah. And yeah, so there's no back and forth because there's no forth or back.
Exactly.
It's just
It's a
one.
true oneness. It's not going to be any forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
That's how we'll know. But we get a taste of it now. Every now and then we get a taste of it. Take
Yes.
drugs. Sometimes you need drugs to do it, but you know,
Doesn't matter what you do. I mean, yeah, people do, they'll take what DMT. I've never tried that. I always wanted to try that, but
what is it?
uh
What ketamine and stuff?
yeah, the DMT,
The
it's
DMT, right? Yeah, that's right.
yeah, yeah. Since I heard about it, I thought, oh, I'd like to play that, but I don't know, because I never have.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm concerned about it. Because with me, I've tripped out without anything. So,
yeah, you don't want to have, no,
but
I know you had experience. So yeah, you don't want to put yourself in that position.
everyone who's done it has had a great experience, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I know. When I was out in California with Teddy, we were going to do it. We wanted to, he had done it before but the guy who he got it from, I guess, got busted. So we were not
Uh,
able to do it.
Teddy,
Uh,
he's just sent me big bags of um uh, homemade homegrown pot,
yeah,
and also all this other stuff that he's sent for healing because he wanted to try to help me with the Parkinson's.
yeah,
So he's all big bag. This is I couldn't get it anywhere else, especially something he would send me, which was all homemade stuff.
yeah. Like the caramels. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
all those caramel. I
Yeah,
used
oh
to
my
eat
gosh.
those.
I almost became diabetic eating those caramels.
Yeah.
So that's
They were good. I wonder how high I got a little bit high, and it tasted good. So that was it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
was
I
funny.
tell you about the first experience I had with that, but
Yeah.
because I didn't even know that it was anything in those
Oh, you
caramels.
didn't know that he didn't tell you?
Oh no, we were at like a conference, and he was there, and he gave me like six of them, and I was doing the registration at the registration table. So, I ate one. "Ooh, that's pretty good." And then a little while later, I ate another one. "Oh, that's pretty
Uh,
good." And then I thought, well, I'll just save these. Thank God. I said, I'll
yeah.
save these
If you're really hungry, it would have been bad news.
for later. And then we were in the conference, and I was sitting there listening to JM, the guy who did The Way of Mastery, and he
Right.
was up there talking, and I was like, oh my God, this is so profound. I'm having an experience. Oh, is there something? Has he got some kind of power that he's, I'm getting this, this experience. I was just like going, like
That's
my
funny.
mind was going. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, that fucking Teddy.
That's hilarious. What did you call him on it?
And I did. I said,
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, I thought you knew." I'm
Oh,
like,
I see.
how would I know?
That's
You're
funny.
giving me, you brought a bag full of homemade candy, and you're
Yeah.
giving me your homemade candy. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. But you know, and
How sweet that is. Give me candy. How nice.
I know I'm
Yeah,
sitting
Ted,
here,
yeah,
like,
yeah, he's right though in a certain way. Teddy wasn't the type to pass out candy just because he wasn't the type of guy who's so sweet to pass out candy. He is the type to pass out candy with pot in it though.
yeah,
But to pass out candy just for the hell of it, he was pass out. But maybe to you, maybe he was the type of pass out candy to you. Yeah, but
I
Carmex.
don't know. He and I were not good friends at that time.
All right, so he just here's some candy just hell of
Right,
it.
because I was working the registration table at the conference.
Oh, I see.
So, he's like, oh, and I just thought he's just being nice to me because,
He felt bad for you because you were working so hard.
yeah.
Here's
So,
some
well,
Carmex.
no, he and I were like, we argued with each other all the time. I don't know if you remember that, but Teddy and I were not.
I do remember one argument you had when you talking about how much
Yeah,
time he spent there or something like that, and he was more devoted than other people. It was a strange argument.
yeah, it's very strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay. So let's see. Let's listen to a little bit more of this, and we've got about 5 minutes left.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Abilities can be invented to take reality's place. What is all-powerful and forever free can seem to be a weak and pitiful thing, tied to a form destined for destruction, imprisoned by fear and threatened by all that appears to surround it. How can that which is limitless and beyond threat of any kind become a limited form sentenced to pain, sickness, suffering, and death? No one in this world asked this important question, for reality has been lost so long ago that not even its memory remains. Yet somewhere in your mind abides the knowledge that has been forgotten, kept for you by the Holy Spirit who resides deep in your unconscious mind, beyond the superficial levels populated by the ego. If he were not there linking you with your Creator still, you would be lost indeed in a self-made hell, without hope of escape. His presence guarantees the end of suffering and illusion, and the return home to the reality you left but in dreams.
Okay, stop there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
this,
was say quickly say that despite this being the realm of failure and we're supposed to make our mistake, we can't help but make mistakes. It says right there, black and white. There's an escape route. It says, you would be lost indeed in self-made hell without any escape, but there is an escape. So, in other words, there's an escape, and it's through the Christ mind. And as you move deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself, you're moving deeper and deeper and deeper into oneness. That's what it means within you, within the recesses of your mind, beyond all this. As you get deeper and closer into the dreamless sleep, where you just totally disappear, you get closer and closer to oneness. It's right there where you are.
absolutely, absolutely. So I think this is a good place to stop.
Yeah.
And wow, I'm really glad we got this. I'm wondering who's reading this. I'm thinking it might be Maz.
I'm not sure. I've heard him read a lot of other stuff. He's a professional reader. Obviously, he's very good. But I've heard him read some other stuff too.
Yeah, so I'll
I've heard
check
him,
into it.
yeah,
But yeah,
he's very
Maz
good.
Casper Weber's, who he's passed away now, but
Oh,
he lived in Holland. He was in some community over there. Anyway, I'll figure that out. Anyway,
cool.
wow. Thank you so much for suggesting this.
Yeah, it's great stuff. It's great stuff.
Yeah, and it really puts a great into my Sunday afternoon here.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely.
So yay.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks very much for listening in. Who was here in Zoom, who listening on YouTube and on PayPal, and PayPal, Pal Talk, on PayPal.
Yeah, both.
And I'll be back next Sunday at 2 p.m. And until then, everyone, God bless you all. Blessings and peace.
Thank you so much, Rev Wayne Stills, and I love you, brother. Gonna go ahead and end this, and thank you.